It's really weird that my heart is beating fast. I kind of forgot how to talk to a camera. Hello friends, my name is Ollie and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my newly found obsession, which is the movie Interstellar. This video was supposed to be about my thoughts on Donald Trump, but I scrapped that idea and I might do it sometime later, but definitely not for today's video. So if you didn't know, the movie Interstellar is about the world ending and people that work at NASA have to go find another planet that is habitable enough for people to move from Earth to that one. And good God, I love this movie. Since watching this movie, I have been put into a directed studies on Tuesday, which we now call the Geek Club, where we just talk about all our science, conspiracy theories, and all our theories about the movie Interstellar, and we really just break it apart and talk about every little detail. So if you haven't watched the movie Interstellar before, this video may contain spoilers. A lot of them.
Oh my God, there is a dead spider on the floor. I watched all of Shane Dawson's conspiracy theory videos today, and now every time my camera turns off because I'm not using it, it goes, and I go, because I'm such a scaredy cat. So
before we start talking about the actual movie, I just want to talk about the Interstellar soundtrack. This soundtrack has made me feel so many emotions that I didn't even know I had. Okay. So, for example, No Time for Caution. Okay, so we watched the, science behind Interstellar video. It's on the disc of Interstellar, but we watched it so we get to understand everything about the movie, and we got to see how they created the soundtrack, and the person that wrote all these songs, Hans Zimmer, my man. Literally the sweetest man. I would love to be his friend. He produces such great music and it goes so well with the movie and it does what it's supposed to, which is give you a wide range of emotions, and God, I love it so much.
coming from the Stars band, she better watch out. She better watch out.
So the thing that messed me up with this whole movie was what happened after Cooper went through the Tesseract. So he was the one moving the books, the one making the books fall off Murph's shelf 30 years before, and he said it wasn't a ghost, and Murph said that it always felt human, and it was so mind-blowing to see him making them fall off, but he was there to witness it. So he was witnessing himself make something fall off the bookshelf, and they say that people sent them, but they sent themselves, and then whenever Brand was doing the first handshake in the ship, it was actually Cooper shaking hands with her when he was going back through the black hole. God. The thing that I found really interesting about this movie was that Cooper survived going through a black hole, which was very interesting for two reasons. If the ship had not been as strong as it was, it would have just kind of collapsed on itself. It would all tear apart. And if Cooper were to just go into a black hole, feet first, his body would, this isn't a word, but his body would noodleize, and his entire body would stretch out, and then he would just explode. Let's talk about the actual science of this. So, according to people that work at NASA, stars have been moving over the past 20 years. They usually go in a certain direction, but now they're starting to change their course. And apparently this means that there is a black hole in our galaxy, and according to them, there's a black hole in every galaxy. I'm not really sure how big our galaxy is, but that's scary to think about. And although our planets couldn't be pulled into this black hole, it's very scary to think about what would happen. Would it affect our gravity? Would we even notice if our entire galaxy went into the black hole? Or are we already inside a black hole and this is what it's like normally for us? And if so, what would it be like outside of the black hole if this is our normal gravity and our normal temperatures? This messes me up so much because then I start overthinking it and my brain just goes everywhere in all these different directions. Like that one picture of SpongeBob where he's like, I get it now! Also, one thing that I love about this movie is that every person in the 8th grade has watched it, so we all quote it all the time. Every time I'm in history, I will usually go over to the bookshelf because my class is in the library, and I'm like,
what are you trying to tell me, Matthew?
And Emily will go, And then Jack from the other side of the room will go,
Mom, don't let me leave.
Speaking of that scene that came from, that scene traumatized me. First time that I watched it, we watched it again in class. I watched it beforehand on my own, and I cried so hard because he was watching himself leave, and if he hadn't let himself leave, then none of this would have happened, and he wouldn't be inside a Tesseract, and his daughter wouldn't be older than he was now. And then whenever they got back to the space station that was next to Saturn, his daughter was like 100 and he was like 120, and he had to see his daughter on her deathbed. And something that messed me up was, you shouldn't have to watch your own child die. I have my own family for that now. This was a mess of a video, but I just had to get all that off because this movie has stuck with me for a long time now, so you get to hear it too. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys later.